Welcome back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Shorts. Today's subject, for which the specimen isn't so great, though that'll change over time, is elephant garlic. We'll be doing a show on traditional garlic later when the garlic is more visually appealing. It just looks like little green things sticking out of the ground right now, but we'll get there. Now, elephant garlic is, well, you see it at the store. It's the super colossal garlic bulbs that you see. Looks like garlic, kind of tastes like garlic. It doesn't have the punch of garlic, but hey, we forgive it. Well, the scientific name for elephant garlic is Allium ampeloprasum var ampeloprasum. Now, okay, I do need to point out, and when we get into the cabbage family, you're going to see a lot of names with that weird setup. Something, family name, something, variety, something. Okay? Elephant garlic is considered a variation of something else. So the specific type you see by at the store is a specific breed. Now, Allium means that it's in the onion family. Of course, the onion family needs no introduction. We all know them as, you have the decorative flowering onions, the alliums, which have those big pom-pom looking flower clusters. You have society garlic. And you have actual garlic in all the onions, including things like leeks, Egyptian walking onions, Vidalia onions, those little yellow onions, the white onions, the red onions, the list goes on. The onion family is fairly diverse, but they're all onions in the end. Now, what's interesting about elephant garlic is that it originates in Central Asia, give or take. It can be grown in zones 3 through 9. It prefers a soil pH of 6 through 7. Its exposure is full sun, and its height can be up to 3 feet. That's a pretty big onion. That's the scape, or the greens, basically. And that may or may not include the flowering stalk. Its width, or the amount of space it needs around it, is 10 inches. So it's a pretty big garlic. It has some alternate names. The great-headed garlic, oriental garlic, and French garlic, depending on whom you ask. Now, what's interesting about elephant garlic is that it is milder than traditional garlic. It gives you less of the garlic breath. It's also not as pungent on taste. So, if you like garlic, but you don't want the full garlic oomph, this is your garlic. Elephant garlic bulbs, average 4 to 6 cloves per bulb. However, those bulbs can be up to 1 pound a piece, and they can be softball sized, which is kind of amazing if you ask me. Now, what's interesting is that, unlike other garlic, elephant garlic takes 2 years to develop, which is amazing. I've made some mistakes in producing this because I wanted to offer it at the market as an alternative to my traditional garlic. And I didn't know that it takes 2 years, but lo and behold, it is actually a true biennial. True full growing seasons, which is kind of neat. You don't do anything with it the first season. You let it grow, you let the flower stalk die off. It forms a big, round central bulb that first year, and then the second year is where the budding happens. Now, if you dig it up, you may end up resetting that clock, so you have to be careful about that. Now, in terms of culinary pursuits, because of the nature of elephant garlic, it is treated as a vegetable and not an herb like garlic is, or a seasoning. It's combined with other things, so, garlic and asparagus, green beans, potatoes, and elephant garlic, things like that. Nutritionally speaking, per 100 grams, it has 7.9 grams of protein, 0.6 grams of fat, 16.3 grams of carbs, and 5.5 grams of fiber. Now, what's interesting is that it has the same essential compounds as true garlic, even though garlic itself is not directly related. It's still in the allium family, but elephant garlic and garlic aren't exactly close. They're more like distant cousins. Two different branches of the same tree, which is fascinating. Now, why you should grow elephant garlic in your garden is because it is a good alternative for traditional garlic. If you stagger the plantings, you can pull a harvest every spring, fall, and elephant garlic is really easy. You plant it, you put down some bone meal, you enrich the soil as best you can, but something to feed bulbs, and you leave it alone until it's time to harvest. Now, it won't be easy to harvest because elephant garlic produces some aggressive roots. Now, as you can see with the specimen, down here, these roots are already chewing through this peat pot. This plant is ready to go. And it was one I found randomly, and I just stuck in a pot and I said, let's see what happens. Well, this sucker's ready to go, and it's about to go in the garden after we're done with this video. It's too dark out to show you that, but when we do the traditional garlic video, it'll be in there. Anyway, you can use elephant garlic as a replacement for fresh garlic in any recipe. I don't know of any company that makes dried elephant garlic so that you can have it as a dried seasoning, but maybe on the internet it might be there. There's nothing else to really talk about. I mean, this plant is largely disease-free and very easy as long as it gets its full sun, its regular water. I should point out that garlic is a notorious companion plant for lavender, so think about that when you plant it out. I mean, garlic, lavender, win-win! In our next video, just so you know, we'll be covering society garlic. Garlic's, oh, so polite cousin. But that's all we have for you in this little short, mildly scripted video. If you like this, subscribe. If you have any tips or pointers for elephant garlic that I missed, go ahead and put them in there as a comment. Hit up the blog. And as always, folks, keep them growing. Thanks for watching.